Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Shadow vs. Dawn, set in Dubai and supplied to us today by Shadow 38. So on to our briefing. All Shadows intel confirms Sheikh Al-Ghazali is leader of Crystal Dawn, the terrorist cell which tried to aid Zidane's coup against the Moroccan people through propaganda. He's holding an opening ceremony at Al Ghazali Tower in Dubai with several key members there as well. Try to keep this one clean, you are cleared to bring the sword down on their heads. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 3 objectives. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting as event security. We're going to have some lethal poison stored up in the atrium toilets, and we'll be bringing with us 2 vials of lethal poison and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to put down that ridiculously difficult questionnaire. Date of birth, don't even understand the question. We're going to hop out of the security office via the window here and add our first lethal poison to the bottle on the counter. We're then going to head down the stairs and trigger the conversation between the vulture and the receptionist. And the receptionist, after the conversation, will go up and sample her water, and the vulture, the assassin, will head this way, both of which are targets. So we're going to make our way into the garden area, grab the coin from the bench, then make our way into the cubicle, grab the screwdriver, hold ourselves into the bushes, and when the assassin comes along, we're going to throw a coin over just by the speaker on the wall. That will get the vulture's attention, and when he comes in to investigate, we can launch the screwdriver at his head. He's going to drop quite a few items, one of which is another lethal poison. So we're going to grab that before heading off, and just as we walk past reception, we can see that Kelly is about to sample her bottle of poisoned water, and she will go down rather ungracefully. In fact, she's making quite a bit of theatrics about it. So 2 targets down, 3 more to go. We're going to make our way into the atrium toilets and retrieve our what is now 4th vial of lethal poison. And then we're going to continue on over across the atrium to the black and gold bar, whilst one of our targets, Mr. Al Ghazali himself, is currently giving a speech just off to our right. So we're going to make our way up to the black and gold bar and into the storage room, or the spare room behind the bar, where we will find, nice and alone, a serving staff member. There he is. So we're just going to make sure the door closes behind us. We're going to pounce on the serving staff member. We're going to hide him in the closet provided, and then we can take his outfit. This will get us around the next little area a little bit easier. The security guard outfit will do so as well, but it won't let us poison any glasses. And speaking of glasses, we're going to poison the glass on the right hand side of the bar before making our way into the VIP area, and we are going to tend bar in here. So the glass on the main bar will take care of the Sheikh Al Ghazali, and the glass in here that we have just secured ourselves and added our poison to will deal with Miss Lucy Phillips, who is currently in the sky blue pajamas. So here she comes now. Once she's finished talking with one of the tech crew, we can then offer her a nice refreshing cold drink. And when she comes along to drink that, you do look ridiculous in that outfit here. She will find that the drink is not to her tasting, and she will drop down rather less
I'm gonna
theatrically.
go try and find someone to help.
So that just leaves one more target, and that would be Mr. Ingram himself. He is located up in the penthouse, so that's where we are off to next. And we need to acquire ourselves a couple of items along the way, one of which will be a change of disguise, and more importantly and more necessary right now will be the crowbar just on top of the tech area here. So once we have the crowbar, we're going to vault onto the scaffolding area, and when the guard, you can see there, moves away, we can then make our way up into the penthouse area. We're going to hug the wall to avoid the camera, or you can take the camera out, and then we're going to bust our way into the upper levels of the penthouse and into the pantry at the top of the stairs, where we will find a penthouse staff member. So we're going to render them unconscious with our crowbar. We're going to retrieve our crowbar and deposit our new friend here in the chest freezer provided. We're then going to turn on the ice machine just behind us, and that will attract the attention of the chef out in the kitchen. So we're going to turn that off again. That is rather a noisy device, and we're going to hide ourselves behind the boxes here. So when the chef comes in, we can render him unconscious with our crowbar. We're going to deposit him also into the chest freezer, and we're going to take his outfit, which will allow us a little bit easier maneuverability around in the penthouse. So once he's come in and we've rendered him unconscious, we can just dump him in the chest freezer, take his outfit, make our way into the kitchen. We're then going to prepare Mr. Ingram a nice refreshing meal. There we go, that looks like a bit of calamari there, and a few cucumbers, and then we're going to add the special spices and herbs that we learned from Colonel Sanders, and then we're going to call Mr. Ingram over to his meal. And at that point, all we have to do is make good our escape or wait our demise of our final two targets. So I'm going to head out onto the balcony area here, where we will get a nice clear view of Mr. Ingram sitting down to his meal, and he will find that meal very much not to his liking. I know spicy food isn't for everybody. I'm not a big fan of it myself. So once Mr. Ingram finally tucks into his meal, he will find that sticking in his throat somewhat, and he will go down rather quickly. So at this point, all we're waiting on now is for Mr. Al-Ghazali to finish his mingling around in the black and gold bar, and eventually he will sample the poisoned glass from the counter that we poisoned quite some time ago. So we're just going to make our way out onto the golfing area here and await the demise of Mr. Ghazali, and down he goes, and he drops himself a rather large sword. I'm not sure you should be allowed to be carrying that, even if it is your building. So with all of our targets dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and we're going to just throw ourselves straight off of the edge of a perfectly good building. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objectives, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.